I'm Don the Man, hosting the second part of the segment.
Second part.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Part 2.
Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Caribbean, yes.
And we are back with Z.
Yes, I'm
Rigo,
here.
And Mike Stand. So we're going to go, and this will also be spoiler free, I should say.
Yes. Not that it needs to be said because, let's face it, it's
said already, so too late.
Yeah.
Okay, so the movie we're reviewing is Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. It is directed by two directors. If I butcher the names, my apologies. Joachim Ronin and Espen Sandberg. Mm-hmm. Here's the plot. Captain Jack Sparrow searches for the Trident of Poseidon.
It sounds as stupid as it is.
Apparently that's debatable of the plot, but that's according to IMDb.
Sure.
So we'll go with that. It stars Johnny Depp, Javier Bardem, Jeffrey Rush, Brenton Thwaites, and Kayla Scodelario. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. I have not seen this film, so depending on your spoiler-free review, I would decide this movie's worth a dine-in, watch it in theaters, take out, wait and watch it at home, or leftovers, jump the plank to avoid this movie.
Nice.
I can be clever sometimes.
Sometimes, not all the times, though.
So, rate. Whoever wins will earn a point. Whoever has the most points by the end of the season will get to pick a segment of their choosing. When that comes out, that is debatable, but it will come out eventually. I'm still waiting to release my segment that I did this year. All right. Rigo, if you win as the special correspondent, you have the power to either keep your point or give it to one of us.
Yes. You've already won 1 point today.
Oh, I did win a point today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Yeah,
I guess
that
wasn't, I guess, talked about.
No.
But we could go ahead and talk about it later.
Okay.
So, rate this film.
Rigo.
I'm going to go with a takeout.
Wow. Okay. Mike?
I'll go with the leftovers for this.
And I'm definitely going with the leftovers on this one.
Now, I must say that unfortunately we were supposed to have another special guest on as well. Her name is Heather McLean. Unfortunately, due to some scheduling conflicts, we were not able to have her on the show, and we apologize, Heather, for not being on the show, but we will have you back for Cars 3.
Did she tell you what she was going to rate this film?
No, we didn't talk about it.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay.
I know.
Because I would have wanted to know what she said about this film, because I'm thinking she said leftovers. So let's
pretend that she said leftovers.
Yeah.
Now, I must give a warning. I have not seen one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Yes.
I've been able to avoid all the movies.
That's
That's
a nice. That's a great skill, I think.
I know. You should see the first one.
Well,
yeah.
I've tried to see the first one many times, and I just haven't
gotten through it.
So
here's the thing, though. I think that the setup, the first Pirates of the Caribbean film, The Curse of the Black Pearl, I believe, was in fact a solid, decent film that you can watch at home.
Well, it's the same. I compare this franchise to the Transformers franchise with Jerry Bruckheimer and
that's kind of
and
fair,
Michael Bay,
except
because the first movie was enjoyable. I haven't seen the first Pirates, but for when I hear the first movie is enjoyable, but then the rest of the franchise just goes to crap.
Yes, exactly.
And this is the fifth. Pirates movie, and then this is the fifth, I think, Transformers movie that's coming out this year as well.
Sure, absolutely. And here's the thing: Gore Verbinski, he helmed the first film and the entire franchise up until this film. The problem with the first all the way to four was that it just made absolutely no sense, because as they were filming the films, they did not have a script. So for the most part, none of the story ever makes sense in either of the films. So part 2 and 3 were filmed together. Part 4 was filmed separately. 4 was supposed to be this biggest bombastic thing in which they try to make Captain Jack Sparrow less bumbling and more of like an actual idiot savant. Part 5, though, they've replaced the director with 2 directors.
Did this movie need 2 directors?
It did not. And here's the thing. It just doesn't work at all, because this is a film that really requires a lot of rewrites. It requires somebody who actually has the ability to say no to Jerry Bruckheimer, who is the producer of the film. And because this film and this franchise is just nonsensical. It's non-logical. There's no sense as to why this film should even be made. Except for that it makes a lot of money for Disney. It's just literally a cash cow that is dead at this point. It's not just dead, it's rotting, and we're forced to watch every single film that comes out of this series. Now, I would say that probably the Transformers series at the very least has kept, their Michael Bay at the helm. But now, because they've lost, Pirates have lost their Gore Verbinski, I would have thought logically that these two directors would have righted the ship, just to use that metaphor. However, they have just put this biggest pile of shit right in front of us, and they haven't course corrected anything. There was a point in the film where I literally just was bored. I checked out, and I was looking around, and I saw people on their cell phones. That's how frustrating this film is.
Mike?
I think this film is basically a 2-hour race. That's what it is. It's several.
But that's unfair to say.
No, but it's not Max Mad like Austin.
It's not Mad Max.
It's not Mad Max. What I mean, this isn't. I don't mean that this is like a chase. It's like you got several groups that are running after the same thing.
Sure, that's the story.
And it's like, who's gonna get it?
But they're going for the Trident of Poseidon, which, by the way, could they have not thought of a better term for that? Like Poseidon's trident? No. How about just simply like a hook or anything? It's just a trident, but the Poseidon of the trident. It's just so stupid to say out loud. I don't understand how any of the actors actually didn't laugh while saying it out loud.
So this movie could be compared to Rat Race, basically?
Yeah, sure.
But not as good as Rat Race.
Yeah, not as good as that. Yeah.
I think this film did have some elements in it that I enjoyed a lot.
Which ones, Mike?
I really enjoyed the special effects used with
Did
Javier
you guys watch
Bardem's
this in 3D?
character. I didn't watch this.
I did not watch it in 3D, and I would say that the effects looked really crappy.
Javier Bardem, like the way they had his hair move, like I really enjoyed that. It reminded me a lot of The Devil's Backbone. If you've seen that,
sure,
or not.
Except that's a very good movie.
Sure, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm just going off on elements I enjoyed on this film. Also, I thought there was like a father-daughter element to it that if it would have been developed further, I think it would have been.
That should have been the story. That should have been the story. Yeah, instead it focuses on. Yeah, you're right. So
it was a great. It has a
stupid conclusion.
It has like a 10 to 15 minutes like devoted to it, kind of. But I think if it would have been a heavier theme in the whole film, I think it would have been more impactful.
Without giving it away, it felt a lot like Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah, that's a fair comparison. Yeah.
But Guardians of the Galaxy 2 did it way better. Because they at least put some just the effort of building relationships. You don't give a damn about any of these characters. They try to introduce Henry Turner, which is now Will Turner's son, Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann's child, which you got to see in part 3. But it's like you just don't give a damn about why he wants to find the Trident of Poseidon. Like there's no
they explain it.
They do, but you don't care.
He wants to save Orlando Bloom, his father.
Yes,
who's cursed on this ship, and he has
that was from part 4. So or no, part 3, I think.
And Orlando Bloom, I didn't recognize him at first. He looked like a band member from like Guns N' Roses.
He did.
No, it's not like Axl Rose.
No, that's not a spoiler.
Let's not go more into that.
No. That's actually in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's not spoiler. It's actually like the opening scene.
That is actually the plot. The plot for this movie is that Henry Turner is trying to find the Trident of Poseidon in order to remove his father from the curse of the I forgot that one ship.
Yeah.
What's the Flying Dutchman? Yeah, the Flying Dutchman, which you got to see in part 3. And then you also have Karina Smith's character, who is also trying to find the Trident of Poseidon because that's the only connection she has to her estranged father.
Which is like super confusing because she's like she mentions that she's a scientist like a billion times,
but who believes in the Trident of Poseidon. You're like, what are you talking about? No,
Rigo, do you agree?
I somewhat do. I agree with Mike. The special effects are pretty cool.
Were they?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were. I didn't watch it in 3D, but you know how you watch some movies and you can tell that the 3D looks pretty cool. Like it pops out even in 2D. But the story to me, I wanted more of what they mentioned with that girl finding out who her dad was, as far as like finding out who he really was throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to see more of a relationship between Orlando Bloom and his son.
Yeah,
because the son was like,
again, you don't really believe
super determined. Like he was like, but
I'm gonna free you. But you're like, why? You have no relationship with this guy.
Like,
did they set this up
when you were a kid
for like another film, or was this like the final movie?
There is another setup. No, there's definitely another setup in this. Yeah,
there's this. It's never ending.
It's never ending.
Well, here's the thing. Now, Johnny Depp has been a focal point, or one of the focal points of the past few movies, right?
Yeah. He's definitely a focal point in this film. Absolutely. No,
he was nominated for an Oscar for the first performance as Jack Sparrow.
Yes.
Is it continued in this movie?
No, it gets worse. In fact, it feels like he actually was like, well, I'm actually going to be drunk on set now, because you don't really understand a lot of what he's saying. He's just bumbling through everything.
It reminded me of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, kind of.
Like, that's good.
Yeah, that's Eddie Redmayne's character is basically the equivalent to Jack Sparrow.
Yes.
Where he's
which is funny because Johnny Depp is in that movie as well.
Yeah.
Spoiler, man.
I didn't say where or what.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. All right, everybody in this film should be completely ashamed. Are we pausing?
No,
Everyone should be ashamed, especially Javier Bardem's character. And here's the thing, Mike, and here's the thing, Rigo. We've talked about this. This is now just a paycheck. It really does feel like they're getting paid handsomely for this, because they are just phoning it in. There is no. Yeah, they're absolutely phoning it in, Mike.
Wait, okay. Well, before you continue, like, are they phoning it in because you felt like it was a bad movie as a whole? Are you phoning it in because you felt like Javier Bardem didn't do a good performance? Because I would disagree with you.
The latter, yes, absolutely.
I think he was the best thing of this movie.
I agree.
Was
with
it?
I agree with
so
Rigo.
Him drooling on himself was entirely perfect for you.
He's like a ghost kind of thing.
Sure,
he can't be the evil guy he was in. Inspector,
No Country for Old Men.
No Country for Old
Here's
Men.
the thing, though. He has been a villain in everything, and he should really start moving on from being a villain.
But the question is, in comparison
it's a phoning
to
in. He's doing it's like, listen, Johnny Depp is phoning it in. He's doing the exact same thing he was doing before, and Javier Bardem has not moved on. He has kept being a villain, and he's not learned his lesson. Go and do something else.
But he does do.
Well,
like many things,
is that really his fault if he's typecast and that's all the roles he's being offered? He has to work.
Yes,
I thought he did a great job. I disagree with you, but I agree with
Rigo.
Real quick,
though, I just want to go ahead and nuts. Justin is in the Facebook Live.
Hey.
He said that the movie should have been Jeffrey Rush and the Monkey.
Yes,
those are the best characters.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I would have definitely gone with that, because at least then you can build the relationships a lot better.
We also have Frank Ruby, who says hi, Rigo. And then Becky says that we should rename the podcast Rumpus Room Reviews.
Rumpus Room Review. Okay.
We're going to go with it.
Yes.
Next on Rumpus Room Review.
Yeah. So ultimately, this film just suffers from baggage, I feel like. It really is a story that they've done 4 films already, and they just don't know where to go next. And it feels that way. It feels like a TV show that's jumped the shark. Sure. It feels like they don't know where to go, and because they've lost.
Weren't they jumping sharks in the movie?
Yeah, there are
ghost sharks, or
no? They're zombie sharks.
They are zombie sharks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jump.
That jump.
They did jump. Yeah,
jumping zombie sharks.
And I kind of feel like they did that intentionally, where they were just kind of like, we've jumped the shark. We don't know what to do next.
They reinvented the shark jumped them.
Sure, but badly, badly, and everything about this film is just meant for money. And
this movie, does it seem like it comes does it connect to the other movies?
Yes,
decently at least.
Well,
or
no,
is
it connects like enough to where you're like, okay, this sequel is connected.
So say for example, me who have not seen any of the movies, if I sit down and watch all these movies back to back, this movie will not be out of nowhere. It'll connect with the other films
slightly.
Yeah, like they do kind of a good job of that. It is connected. Like the story is nonsensical, like Z said, but they do connect it. Like it's not its own separate piece.
Yeah.
It's connected.
But it'll be enough to understand what's going on, but not enough to be emotionally impactful.
Yes.
Now, if I was to watch this movie by myself, not
please
by myself.
Don't do it.
If I was to watch this movie by itself and not have seen
it would not make sense.
Would it? Yeah,
no, it would not make sense.
I think it would, but it wouldn't emotionally affect you in any way.
I don't think it emotionally affects you anyways.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's debatable whether or not, if you've seen the other ones, if it would still affect you. But
this is like a movie made by a fourth grader. Like they just don't know anything about anything. They think that relationships are based off of just kidnapping girls, and then that's how you fall in love with them. It really right?
It's pretty clear, like who this film is or what this film is set out to do. It's just
make money.
It's not only make money, but in terms of like it's like The Race. It's the silly action segments that occur throughout the film.
Yeah,
that's basic. It's basically like a 30-minute story, hour and a half. Like see this silly thing, now see that silly thing.
But here's the other thing,
homes being buildings being dragged
by
horses.
It's basically, which by the way, that entire segment was stolen from a Fast and Furious film.
Sure,
that's from Fast 5. Yeah, that was like, oh really? You're doing? Oh wow, we're starting off with a steal. Okay, fine, we'll go there. But let me just tell you right now, where this film really kind of just, they don't know what they're doing. There's a character they introduce, Shansa, I think that's her name. She plays a witch. And she comes and she goes from the movie. Where does she end up?
Yeah,
we don't know because they don't know what they're doing with this film.
Maybe they're saving her for the next movie.
But here's the worst part: they retroactively introduce her as somebody who Jeffrey Rush's character knows, except she's not been in any of the films. And they expect you to believe that this person is critical in some way. You're right; she's probably going to come out in the next films because they've managed to kill off their witch from the previous films, so now they need a witch. Except this film ends with a pretty big, asterisk there. That I don't want to spoil, but they've essentially ruined that story by the premise of whatever they do with Poseidon's trident. So I don't understand, except for just simply that they're here to make money, because they ruined their own story. They have essentially negated all of the previous films.
I think they basically, I know there's going to be a sequel, but I think with this one, it was enough. Like the way they close it, okay, it's enough.
You think?
Like, yeah, because they...
Well, no, I mean, there's rumors that this might be the last one, and there's rumors that might not be the last one.
Compared to the other films, they really didn't leave it, like, super wide open. Where in one of the other films, you see, like, Jack Sparrow getting into a little boat. And he has a compass, and you know where he's going, so you're like, oh, okay, well, this is what the next movie's about. With this one, they kind of didn't do that.
They really didn't set anything up. No, so I agree with you on that.
I'm thinking this is it. This has to be it.
Well, they closed off the story. Well, again, I don't want to spoil it, but it feels like they did close off the story for the first series. Like the first 5 films where you got Elizabeth's whatever her name's
Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley's character and Orlando Bland's story. They seem to have closed the book on that, and they're moving on forward from there. But do we really want another story?
No,
because
it's gonna happen.
Oh, I know. But I'm saying
maybe not anytime soon, but eventually.
If every story in this movie was kind of closed too, what do you do? You can't really do anything. Even with the Jack Sparrow character, it was kind of like, okay,
they did kind of just simply give you the prequel of where he was at when you don't care about him because he's a useless character. But and even at that, like as a bumbling buffoon, like they've also ruined the central premise of the Jack. By the way, the first Jack Sparrow movie, the first Pirates movie, was good because you really enjoyed the fact that people knew who he was. He had this huge mythology around him, but he was in fact a drunk who just bumbled through his career. But in the latter parts of the series, they've introduced him as actually knowing what he's doing, and it's just not good.
Okay, I think I've heard enough. I'm going to... Well, do you guys have any final thoughts?
Honestly, go watch a better film. Just do anything but go to the theater this weekend. Rigo, I think you've spent the weekend here.
Go watch Wimpy Kid.
I'll say watch The Devil's Backbone.
Devil's Backbone is a far better film. Yeah, this is just a bad weekend.
Well, looks like Pirates didn't have me watch this one either, so... I'm rating it leftovers. So I'm avoiding this whole franchise.
Awesome.
So, Mike, did you say leftovers?
Yes, I did.
And I said leftovers.
And you get points.
But Rigo does not get a point for
Sorry, Rigo.
Rigo. It's okay. I will want to point out, though, like if you're a hardcore Disney freak or or just a Johnny Depp fan in general, go watch the movie.
Is there such a thing now?
Yeah, I'm pretty. Disney freaks. I'm pretty. Like,
no, I mean like Johnny Depp fans.
They were in the theater. They were clapping. I was like, okay. Like,
yeah, I think you went to go see it in the theater that actually enjoyed it. My theater was just.
Did you go to El Capitan Theater?
No, I would not pay like $35.
Did you see it at Disneyland?
No, unfortunately I didn't. I saw it at AMC Montebello.
There you go.
Oh, that's what the Disney people are.
Now we know.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Rigo, our special correspondent, for being here. We appreciate it.
Having me again.
Yeah.
Again, we say sorry to Heather. We look forward to seeing you on Cars 3. Thank you so much, Z, for being on the show.
Yeah.
And for hosting as well. Thanks, appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mike, for reviewing both movies as well as Rigo.
Thank you.
And getting points for both of them.
Is that a first?
Yeah, actually, Mike, I think you're in the lead.
You know, I think I want to help Mike. I'm going to give Mike my
No!
point.
Oh, so Mike has 3 points today. Look at that. The tables have turned.
That's
Mike,
amazing.
We'll see for how long, though.
Mike actually might win one.
Because somehow Mike will give the points away.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably.
Yeah.
And so that'll do it for us.
Win.
That'll do it for us here at Movie Menu Reviews. I'm Dan the Man Muñoz. I'm the host. And stay tuned for next week when we review a brand new movie, which will be Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Maybe it'll be
forward
good.
to that
It'll
one.
be a good movie finally. Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See you later.
Oh, that AC. But that film really, honestly, I was just. My mom just.